you doing today, boys? My name is Apache, and I've decided to start my own Old School RS series, which I'm currently calling RuneScape Randomized. I've actually had this idea for quite a while, and today I finally decided just to get started with it. So a little bit about me: I've been playing RuneScape for years, since pre-EOC, and Old School on and off since it's been released, so I'm excited to get back into it with the new challenge. As you can see here, I have a fresh account. Let's see, there's the name and everything, Random Apache. And he looks like a raggedy old man, I know. And he just got tutorial off Tutorial Island, and he has a bond right here that I traded over for my main. But enough of that. So now I'm going to actually explain the rules and whatnot, because I'm sure that's what you guys are actually here and what you're wondering about. So yeah, let's see about that. Alright, on screen now I have some rules for the series. The first rule is that all quest and clue scrolls that are clue scrolls that are started must be finished immediately. So like I have to do them. Like if I start a quest or start a clue scroll, get a clue scroll, I have to immediately get the requirements for them or do them and finish them to completion before I can move on to do anything else. The second rule is that a random task is rolled to determine what the current goal is, and everything done on the account must be working towards that. So like for instance, I can't train prayer if I have to go do a quest that doesn't require prayer. I can train combat and like say I needed like food or resources to do something directly to the task. I could train like fishing and cooking to get the food, but I couldn't go out and train something that's not directly related to it. Number 3 is cannot do quests or train skills that are not needed for the task. I kind of just touched on that. I still have to determine completely how I'm going to like determine what is needed for the task and what is not, because I have a dilemma later on in the episode and you guys will see about that. Number 4, clue scrolls must all be completed unless items are unable to be obtained. Because I thought about this, and there's certain stoles and stuff that you have to get from clue scrolls that are also clue scroll requirements. So if I can't actually obtain them in any way, then I'm going to not be able to do the clue scroll, obviously. So I'm not going to lock myself into trying to complete it whenever I can't do it. So yeah, without further ado, let's go get our first task. Alright, well, enough about those rules. Now let's take a look at the randomizer. See, so I have it right here. We got some different tasks in here that we can do. See, we got like gain 10 to 5 levels depending on what my level is in every skill. We got do random 3 quests, which I also have another thing that generates which quests we're gonna do. And then we have like do the achievement diaries. This will go by tier, so like we'll go easy to like obviously to the harder ones. And then we have make 200k. Choose your own task, which means I can choose what I want to do and then go get a unique item of your choice. So just like whatever we think will be viable at the point we're at in the account. So yeah, so without further ado, we might as well just go ahead and get our first task, why don't we? Let's see. Do Fremennik Achievement Diaries. The first one. We gotta start off and do the Fremennik Easy Achievement Diaries. That means we're gonna be doing a lot of questing. Alright, well let's go ahead and get started with it. Right off the bat, I had a long walk up to Varrock to go to the museum and do the history quiz, like a lot of new accounts do. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it. I just had to basically answer some questions with the help of my buddy RuneLight, who seemed to know all the answers. He was a really good partner to have for this assignment. And yeah, it got me to 9 Hunter, 9 Slayer, which was getting me closer to my required Hunter level of 11, which is required for the achievement diaries. To catch something, I assume. Maybe it's for a quest, I don't know. But anyways, this is me getting the levels right here, talking to my dude Orlando Smith, or Bloom, whatever his name is. He has a pretty cool hat, though. I'll give him that. And yeah, so there's 9 Slayer, 9 Hunter. Nice little starting levels. Can now catch copper longtails. Oh yes. Then I ran over to West Varrock and decided I was going to chop some trees, deforest it a little bit. And so I smacked some trees with an axe, and decided that I needed to get my wood cutting and fire making requirements. So that's what I did. I just sat there, burned logs, chopped them, burned logs, chopped them. You guys know the deal. If you've ever played RuneScape, surely you've done that. Got myself 16 fire making, which is one of the requirements, and as well as 15 wood cutting, which is also another requirement. So I got that as well. Got those out of the way, which felt nice. Yeah, and now I can chop oak trees, so that's pretty cool. Next thing I did was I drew a circle on the ground and made my way back to my starting point so that I could go south and go do another glorious skill of slapping some rocks with a pickaxe. Bet you guys didn't see that one coming. So I sat here at these copper and tin rocks and I mined for a while. And then I had this golden thing pop up in my inventory, as you can see right there, a clue geode. I had never actually seen one of these before, so this is the first time of me getting one. So I popped her open, got my clue, and you know what that means. Had to go off and do this clue scroll, which there are a few of these clue scrolls in this episode. So I originally thought that I would need like a spade for the clue, because I haven't done beginner clues in a long time. So I trapped this poor man in the corner and ran his pockets for a while. But it wasn't without a fight, because he practically almost killed me. It was a close call right here. As you can see, I went down to 1 HP, and it made me aware that I had no food. So I went up to my bank and ate my piece of bread. My shrimp that's all the food I had in my bank. I ate that, and just barely I got to 5 thieving. Because I thought that I could steal from the seed stalls when I was over in Draenor. I was gonna try to knock something out with like 2 birds with 1 stone type thing. Then I went and bought a spade, and I didn't know that spades were 1 coin. I was actually overestimating how much they were worth, and then this prison guard tried to kill me on my way there, which he has tried to kill me a lot of times now. I think he's just jealous of my hardcore status. And so is this highwayman right here. He's always trying to, every time I go to this junction, he's just hanging out there waiting to stab me. So I found this lady in this creepy woods, and she gave me another clue. And that took me to, well, before I stopped in a farmer's field to steal some cabbage, because like I said, I was very aware that I didn't have any food and I needed some because everything in the world was trying to kill me. Don't know why I dropped that cabbage seed, but that's whatever. Talked to my dude Brian over in Port Sarim, and he gave me my next clue scroll step. Also, he gave me a well done. That's a nice guy Brian. So next thing I had to do was go claim a hot and cold device, so I went and talked to Reldo up in Varrock. Never actually used one of these either. It took me a long time to actually figure out what I was doing, but I eventually found it in this wheat field. And yeah, RuneLight's such a nice, whatever you call it to have. Opened that up, and got a pickaxe and some mine runes. Not really the best reward, but it was whatever. So then I went back to mining, and return to do that and play a little one chunk man. I would mine an inventory and run up north, and then go to the furnace up there and smelt them into bronze bars. Which, by the way, bronze bars are ridiculously bad XP. Did not realize how bad it was. Like, I thought mining was slow, but smelting into bronze bars took forever. But eventually, I got my 20 mining requirement, which felt nice because I won't have to mine for a while. And that only got me to, like, I can't see the level right now, but I think it was like 7 smithing. But luckily I took the bars and I went to an anvil in Varrock and decided to make them all into bronze arrowheads for some more XP. And that got me like a few more levels, I believe. But it wasn't much. Smithing is definitely going to be a hard skill to train. Next I went and threw a net out in the ocean and caught some shrimp over at the exact same place. It seems like I'm just playing one chuck man over here, staying in Lumbridge. But yeah, so got my fishing requirement out of the way, I believe. I can't remember what the fishing requirement was though. I think it was like 15 or something. I don't know. I got that, and then I went and cooked all the shrimp because I needed food, like I said before. So the shrimp seemed like a good opportunity to cook them, which actually, but weirdly enough, did you know that shrimp actually heal more than anchovies do, but it takes 15 fishing to catch anchovies? Didn't really make sense to me. Got some cooking levels, as you can see, which was nice. And then, let's see what I did here. Oh yeah, I suited up, got a nice sword, and I would decided to go do what everyone does off the start of their RuneScape adventure, and just exterminate some cows. So that's exactly what I went and did. So I could get some cow hides, so I could get some crafting XP, because I did have a crafting requirement as well, and I didn't know how to get my crafting up, so I figured the best way was just to do it the classic way and pick up all the cow hides. Got some combat levels. I believe I got like, I think it was like 10, all 10 combat stats, somewhere around there, from these here cows. As you can see, here are all the levels coming in. Oh yeah, I only got 9 strength. And then I needed some money for the old tanning the cow hides, so I went down in the Stronghold of Security and claimed my free 10k. Although I had to do all that security stuff, but it's whatever. Tan my cow hides, because I actually couldn't figure out if I needed soft leather or hard leather for a minute. Then I made them into random leather gear. A lot of leather gloves, leather boots. Basically just the best thing I could do at the level, because that's what was the best XP. So I don't remember what crafting level I got off this either. Next, I headed across the entire sea and went over to the Tree Gnome Village and decided to do some agility to get my agility requirement out of the way. 15 agility, there you go. Knocked that out, felt good to do. I could have technically went to do the Draenor like rooftop course, but I didn't feel like going over there. Next, I wanted some higher level food, and since I had gotten my thieving up to 5, I decided I was going to steal some cakes from this cake stall, and got my thieving requirement out of the way with 14. Then I went south to Yanil, since I was already on this side of the map, and purchased myself a bird snare, a single bird snare, went south, and sat and waited as I captured some birds for a while, and got myself 11 hunters, so my hunter requirement was as well finished. Then I decided that I was really going to be brave, so I suited up, got some food, pulled this magical lever that I don't really understand how it works, and did something that all Ironmen at some point in their life do: collected steel plate bodies. I got a full inventory, but I also got sketched out because, as you can see, there was this dude right here, and he kept looking at me and eyeing me down, and it really bothered me. But then I sold them all off, and I got enough money to go buy myself some runes so that I could go burst, so I could get my 33 magic requirement, which is another requirement for the Fremennik trials. This is basically all I was doing this episode, was trying to get the skill requirements, which I actually finished all of them. But then, so there's some hit points levels. I decided to do it the classic old Greater Demon in the Wizard's Tower, which surprisingly there's actually a lot of people to do it. Next thing I did was travel to Fremennik for the first time, and decided I was going to kill some of these here rocks. Actually killed 5 of them and did my first achievement. So that's actually the first achievement of the diary done right there. And I sat here and trained for a while. I decided that I just needed to get some combat stats up because I have to kill a lot of things in the quest coming up. But then I got this easy clue scroll. This easy clue scroll right here. I actually didn't even know they could drop that. Rock crabs could drop easy clue scrolls, but they can. So of course I had to go do it, which sucked because it was so far away. Like, to get back to Relica took so much time, and just to leave there. So then I met my man Hans back here for the second part of the clue scroll, and made my way over to Port Sarim, and I believe I got a casket here, but I do not open it, and you guys will see what that's about later on. But from now on, I'm not opening my caskets because I have a purpose for them, at least for right now. So then I got some more levels over at the rock crabs after another very long walk to get my combat up a bit more, and figured why not go to rock crabs. It's a great place to train at low levels and great XP, so might as well. And I mean, I'm already up in Relica, so I got to knock out that task early. And then I got another easy clue scroll, my second one from the rock crabs. Teleported to Lumpridge, talked to the Doomsayer, got my second clue. And then this clue required me to have ham boots. So I had to figure out how to get ham boots, which the only way to do that is to go pickpocket these dudes, which they just kept throwing me out and putting me in prison. It was getting so frustrating. But I got some thieving levels, so that was pretty cool. Some decent XP too, and eventually, as you can see, I did get my ham boots. It didn't take me too long. I think it took like an hour and a half or so, but the time was more spent than just throwing me out. So I decided to go pick up a blue wizard hat because it was another thing required for the clue, as well as a bronze two-handed sword. And right here I'm just checking out how much the adamant two-handed sword is, because I am going to need to get like full adamant and stuff and some better armor at some point, so I have to make some money somehow to buy that because I have to fight a lot of things coming up. And I need better armor than this HardCore IronMan gear. Got my next step of my clue, which also required items, so that's great because it just means that I get to like waste more of my little gold stack I have. But it's whatever. They weren't too expensive of items. Actually, I don't think any of them were expensive at all, because it is like an easy clue scroll, so it's all like bronze and steel and iron gear. So I picked myself up a pickaxe, a steel mid-helm, and some bronze plate legs, and made myself way over to the limestone mine, and met Yuri again. He just happened to be there, and got myself another casket, but once again, didn't open it up. Then I decided that I wanted to do clue scrolls, and so I headed over to Valador and decided to kill some guards. And now this is where I am with the account. I am kind of at a dilemma now because one of the requirements is I have to catch, or I don't have to catch, but I have to have a raw shark for the Fremennik Trials quest. And so there's two ways I can receive the raw shark. I can either get 71 fishing and 70 cooking and boost up to like receive like to get the to go fish the shark, or I could also like there's a shop in Canvas that sells the shark, but I can't get to Canvas without doing Priest in Peril, and I can't do Priest in Peril like unless I have a reason to do Priest in Peril. So if I could get a clue scroll that required me to go to Mauritania, then that would be like the the best way to do it, honestly, because it would just allow me to do Priest in Peril, and I could just buy the shark and not have to worry about getting my fishing and cooking up. But that's all RNG based, so right now I'm just fishing for food, cooking it, and then killing guards. That's basically what the majority of the account is going to be for a long time until I figure out a way to get this raw shark, and then I will be ready to continue onward and get the actual achievement diary done. But yeah, you can see the levels of the account right there at the finale of the episode. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I enjoyed making this episode a lot. I'm really enjoying the series. It's actually really like making RuneScape feel fresh again, and I'm really enjoying the whole concept of it. So yeah, you guys should totally check out my stream. Come over and hang out. I would love to hang out with you guys and talk to you and get to know you. But yeah, so tomahawk that like button, subscribe to join the tribe, and remember to have a great day. You guys have a good one. Bye.